Welcome back to Timberborn and our Fortitude playthrough with the Iron Teeth, and we are on hard mode, if you remember. Now, just a quick rundown, just in case you, I didn't go over it at the end. I built this for this idea with the water, but I really want a better source, and I still don't know what I'm going to do because this obviously runs. But it's whether I can get a better source out of this or I just have to run this, you know. It's going to be questionable. The problem being is obviously it's the amount of water that this is going to hold. Now, obviously, I'm right down at the bottom, which is obviously I can slowly allow it to go through. The more water, obviously, I've got in here, the better it's going to be, obviously. Now, as I said last time, this is the first time I've really used, well, on the Iron Teeth. I've used them once recently on the Folktales, these bad water. But I didn't realise that if you open this up, in droughts, it will actually run. So we are going to take advantage of that. But we're going to have to cap these, like I said before. And we can only do, obviously, in a drought. So whether I do one at a time or I can speed up this process. And we've got a lot of gears, but obviously I haven't got enough metal blocks at all. Well, in fact, I don't even have the place to put the metal blocks. So that's a bit of an issue. I've got them here. So we gotta do again. All this is because if I'm going to use them, when am I thinking I'm going to use them? What was I going to do with them? Trying to think now. I know what I was going to do, and then my brain's just gone. That was it. I was going to use them here. If I want to use them, it makes sense to. I only need 30. No, how many? No, I don't need 30. That's ridiculous. I think I did 200, didn't I? Let's see how many we need. It's water in it. Yeah, I needed 200. So that's going to be quite a lot. So each one of these is I'm going to need at least 2. Unfortunately, unless that holds 1200, that's far too much. No, that's not what I wanted either. This. Obviously, these two will hold. I think they'll hold. Yes, they'll hold the metal blocks. It's close enough to this section here to be able to fill them in, you see. That's what I'm trying to get. Now, we needed gears, didn't we? So it would pay me to fiddle with this to get the gears sat here as well. But we'll do that. Remember, it's always better. Oh no, I don't want. What do I want that one? It's always better to have. It's as close as you want to do the thing that you want to do with. I know that sort of makes sense. And get rid of that. Don't know why that did that. Well, I know why I did it because I put it there, but still. Let's get the show on the road. Come on. Come on, pigs. Come on. Get on with it. Get on with it, you babby ass. Anyway. I've got rid of these now. These are no good because we've got the scrap down. So that'll give me some... This will give me some option to redesign this top a bit. I think I can get another one in here. But the trouble is I put one there. I can't put one there. That's a bit of a problem. So we'll get rid of that idea. Unless we walk around here. Which is not much of a thing because they don't really tend to walk around there, do they? They'll walk themselves that way. Well, they do. They walk into themselves this way, obviously. But let's see what we can do by getting 2 more of these in. Well, the thing is do I really want to do that? Why don't I do what I've been doing? I just build a couple of things up here and waz them in there. Why make it more difficult than it has to actually be? Because that's the pig's plan. Pigs likes to make it more difficult than it actually has to be. I excel at that. But no, not to worry. I'm sure that some people would agree with me there. Anyway, but the problem being is this does not hold gears, so that's a bit of an issue. But that built really fast. Now I don't need it. In fact, I don't want it either. I don't want it. I don't need it. I don't. So that's a problem I need to solve, because they can't put them in. So it must be the it must be the closed one then. Let's just pause this. Does this hold gears? Yes, this does hold gears. That one holds gears. Can I get that one in there? No, I cannot get that one in. I'll tell you what I could do. I could do that for them. That's 200, there's 400, and 600. I need 600. No references to Sparta at all, because they need like 300. Let's... Why am I paused? Sorry about that. Do you know, it's funny, you can... it's not... I do that all the time. I pause the game, and I don't mean to pause the game. I just don't even... Sometimes I just don't realise I'm actually doing it. Anyway. This wants gears. This wants gears. I missed the... if you haven't seen it, I missed the... we're doing the experimental version that has this a bit easier, where what I can do is... There's some extra buttons here where you can copy, paste, duplicate, and whatever. And then you can actually fill that in so much easier. You can just go, copy the first one, paste, don't finish. And everything's then set up and you don't have to worry. Which, as you can imagine, is a lot easier than having to worry about messing about. So, we're getting some gears in here. Jolly good. Now, I want to go find all the storage for the gears and see where they all are saturated. Yeah, see where they all are. They're all there. What they're doing there, I don't know, because that's no good for me. That's no good for me. I assume that's no good for me either. None. They're all... Well, in fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these out of the equation. And now they're selecting none. Let's where the gears are here. Oh, you silly beaver. You got yourself blocked in, and you're actually completely blocked in because I cannot get you out of there. That's not true. I will have to... Ugh. You silly Billy. I want to say something else, but we're a family. We're trying to be a family show here, and I'll say it off camera. But not yet. I'll probably forget, so it doesn't matter. But anyway, I don't know how that happened. It's probably to do with it built this thing, got stuck because I put this right over and didn't, because I had it on pause like that. So anyway, that's going to get go. Now we're still obviously doing our blowy bit here. So let's blow that one up and that one. Jolly good. Now that should be the same height. Just making sure that there's a 2 and nothing else. So let's. I've only got a couple of these. We've got 14 days left and we're still on this drought. Now, how much water have we committed to ourselves here? Not too much. What I daren't do is I daren't get them in here and then turn this on, because the trouble is trying to get them to do... Now, I am not doing too bad with the beavers, so I'm going to turn these off. But keep the 4 running as we normally do, because we've got to keep producing, because they will grow up on. I haven't had 27 day 27, so that was yesterday. I had one Alden died, and I had another one Alden died. That was 2. So I'm gonna be I need to stick around the 80 mark to be able to... I mean, I still got vacancies, so that means I still need 100 and something, but I've got to be careful with the food, because the food will just absolutely capitulate. Now, obviously, the reason why is I'm also going to be doing this here. Now, I've got quite a bit of dirt, and I've got no more work here to do. I can't do any of that. It's a pity, you know, that you couldn't actually excavate some of this and not actually blow it up, even though you've got to do... I mean, what I mean is I know you got this, but it's a pity you can't do it to the individual bits, because that's sort of a bit annoying. I'll come down here and I'll find it out. I was on about to here, wasn't I? I wasn't going to go any further than that, so I'll leave that there. How far did I want? I didn't want to go too far here. Somewhere there. It's probably a bit too... It's probably a bit too much, that. Is that alright? Yeah, maybe that's okay. I may get rid of all this junk here. Although I'm tempted to leave it. It doesn't matter, because it's gonna be in water. So we'll sort that out when we need to. I've got 500, you see. That's why I'm actually doing it, because I don't need, and I have got 1800 space. So and I'm not willing to blow this up yet, because I need to decide. This is gonna go. Do I leave this in and tunnel down here is the question. That might be the answer, because then they can walk over that then. This I need lower. There's going to be a problem there though. No, there's not. As long as this is only a 5, and we can get 3 on each side. So I haven't completely goofed it up, because this would be where the tunnel is. This here is the tunnel. Then I can adjust this level to go down to here, off that. Now I can increase the height of this. This is not the problem. This can be massively high. But there's a problem. I cannot get them any higher without increasing the height and doing some like what I would say like a platform. So you'd put a platform there, and then get this water in here, like what we've done. It's basically what I've done on the Oasis playthrough. People look for. So have a look at that. Have a look at the reservoir. It's a pointless reservoir, because I'm never ever going to be able to get as much water in there as I really need to. Which is reason why is I'm sort of stopping this. I'm just stopping it. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. Now I'm not going to build any more of these, because the reason why I'm going to take these off actually. I'm not building anymore. Not there anyway, because I need to decide how many of these that I'm going to get in. How many of these I'm going to get in this reservoir, and where I'm going to put these. Because I could say, well, that's it, and then I'm going to fill these in here, because obviously this is going to be that, and then that's where my water is going to be held. So they don't have to go anywhere. It's basically here. It'd be nice to have some sort of this. I got to admit, I missed the zip lines. I think the zip lines are a better option in a lot of respects compared to the tunnels that they've got, which happens to be a beam pattern, wouldn't it? Which these I've not used these yet. I've not actually had the pleasure of actually using the tunnel system. I can unlock them. I can certainly afford to unlock it. I've got 24,000 in science points. I mean, as you can see here, I've got a massive amount of, but I've only got them set to there. So if they've got space to have somebody in, they will, generate some science points for me. Sorry about that. Just trying to explain everything how, because I don't find that some of the casters don't explain a lot of stuff. And you're going, here, how does this work? How does that work? And I try to do a lot more if I can. Different people do it differently, so I've got that now. I haven't obviously got enough. This is not running. This is the problem. Now, it's not running, but there's no reason. No, there's no reason why that I can't. Oh, I tell you what I do is why don't I take that off? Oh, why don't this isn't being built? Let's get the land up. So we want the explosive factory, and it's going to take. Yeah, it's going to cost me. But what the hell? And I'll build this. It's going to cost me the gears, but so what? It's going to cost me the planks as well. The metal blocks. I have got the metal blocks, fortunately. Planks, I don't have to worry. The reason why I want to do this is then I can turn this on. Remember, I've got these going. So we've got 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We've got 10. That should be allow this, and then that should allow me to actually get this running. Now, the slight problem is I have the bad water here, which is obviously for this one, but I don't particularly want them to have to run all the way down to do that. And the other slight issue is I don't have a way of them getting that in there. As you can see here, it's a bit of a farce. So, what we'll do, I don't mind having I mean, I could have these small ones really, but I think a large, not really. I suppose I could do. Let's not make it more difficult, people. Let's go back to our wording. Let's not make it more difficult than it has to actually be. Let's just dump them in. I've got tons of logs. I'm not worried about the logs themselves. I'll add this to the bad water. I think obtaining won't make a difference. Obtain supply. And we'll get the bad water to come over here. No haulers available. I didn't think there was any haulers available. I keep forgetting that if you do that, then it needs to be done by haulers. Obviously, that then will get the bad water in. I've already got that turned on, as we can see wherever the hell I put it. This one's turned off, but this one's turned on. So when it comes back again, I don't want to use the gears. That's the thing, and I didn't particularly want to use that many this as well. The unfortunate thing is like I said, now that's going to be one of these is going to stop. Well, that was the plan, but apparently it's not. We can get the power in here, and I'd rather have the 4 going. I don't think I need 4. So I'm going to turn one off. I can get down to 2. That's fine. I can actually get down to 2 beavers. There's no point running more than I actually need. Now I know I haven't got any bad water whatsoever, so that's a bit of a swizz. But I think, ooh, that was a lot. Now there's none, so I assume that they're potentially moving it all over here. Or they're doing something with it because it's well. We're probably going to run out of all this bad water, but I'd rather have this running to get explosives, which isn't happening, but will happen. So that's fine. It's going to give me... Oh, the fill... Oh, well done, babes. Well done. Well done. Good plan. Let's fill that in. I'm going to do some... Well, actually, I can allow them to walk up there and not have... I was going to build a ladder, but I don't think that's actually needed. Now, here's where the problem starts. This thing is in the way. So I will build a ladder there. I'll build a little walkway. I'll also build a lumberjack and make sure that he's full. Obviously, we are gonna, we are gonna. I'm gonna extend that. Nah, not really. I'll probably do one here because I don't like the look of it. I don't want it. I'm trying not to look too man-made, if you like. But it always will. You can never seem to do a decent au naturel. It never seems to work out quite well. I'll sort of dump something like that. Does that look? Still looks a bit man-made, doesn't it? I don't think. Remember, I want this area. Excuse me. But I'm still not convinced that that's enough. That is wide enough. So I'm gonna do at least that. It still feels a bit of a man-made again, but we'll. I'll leave it like that. And let them... They'll absolutely tear through this. I'll have none left again. Oh. They cut that down. That was pretty fast. I don't even remember putting that in there, to be honest with you. I must be losing my plot, because... Then we've got that. Let's fill this in to the extreme. So we're getting, as you can see now you can see this is what we're going to build on for food. So we're going to have different foods in this then. What I could do, but I never know whether it's going to work or not. Obviously, I'm keeping this water high for obvious reasons. Now, I know I can get rid of these eventually. Our water's gone. Don't know how long that was. I've got 3,000. I've got 4 days. I think I can afford to turn these on. I think that'll be okay. There's options to do something with this as well. Take this down. This is the sort of thing that I'm creating in here, if you want. A sort of a pasture-ish. I don't particularly like how that's done, but still. think it might be okay. I'll come to that when we come to it. I'll have to take a little bit of this off, but not too much. I don't think I have to do that much. If they get stuck in here, then that's sort of fine because they'll pop themselves out if and when they're ready. I'm just setting up this. Remember, this is gonna be sort of blown up. I'm getting more explosives as well because obviously I'm running this. Wherever the hell it's gone, I'm running this up here. I know for a fact, obviously, these are a bit difficult because they don't get a lot of water, which is something I'd really like. I'd really like to stop that one as well. That'd be quite nice because then I could potentially run another one around here, open this up, and then close this out to more water. I suppose, in a way, if I could get this reservoir high, I could do some to get the water down here by doing another system like that, or similar to this, but it's working one out. I don't want to get rid of the top because obviously I still want them to potentially walk around here. So that's the reason why I've done that way. We've still now got things and stuff we can do. I'll do that to a 2. I'll do this to a 3. And then this should be in the same line. I need to get rid of this, and I also need to get rid of this. Don't think this is going to be any use to us anymore. I'm not convinced that that's going to be any use to us either. We'll pick that up. I think with having this more water in here, I mean, this should last. And this, don't forget, I'm going right the way down to this section here. I feel this is more of an au naturel reservoir than the other one I did in Oasis, which I spent an enormous amount of time on, and then realised at the end that this isn't going to work how I wanted it to work, and worked out that it was potential pointless waste of time, which was rather frustrating, I must admit. Now, obviously, I've got these lines. So this is the centre. This is the other. Well, this is the line we're going to. I might be able to draw. I might be able to get another. Maybe one, but I don't think I'll get more. And this is what we're going to do. We're moving these into around here. And this, to give us, I've got obviously quite a lot there. I've got 7,000 in water, which I need more. In this, I'm going to need as much water as I can hold as possible. We've got 1 day left. I've turned this off. This is going to stay. We definitely need the food situation. I've got a few too many beavers. As you can see, I've got quite a few homeless, which I really need to solve. Homes, barracks, which is a bit weird. Why would you have a barracks? But still. One there, one there, one there. Can't put one there. So let's. That's a large one. Ooh, shiny. How many can get there? 16. Now, what's that going to cost me? Oh, it only cost me logs. I got a ton of logs. Very nice. I can't put it there. I can put that one there. I can put that one there, but I was thinking of using this as a path. That's why I was messing with. Oh, that's not a path. Go on, Pete. That's a path. That's an up. Although I'm not really using this section, that's why I was thinking about it. I can fit one here. It did say I needed 21. I'm going to lock this, it's only on format. That would be there. Yes, thank you very much. And can I get another one there? Yes, I can. So that should be enough. That's 16. You get 10 in here and 10 in there. That'll be it. And obviously, I'm building that just for when I potentially need more. And I can get some more around here. I'll just show the I'm showing the barracks anyway. It's not tidy. It's not designed to be tidy at this precise moment. It's just designed to be functional. We can't get rid of it. Well, I can walk around here, so I could just potentially do the 3, I think. Because that'd be 1, that'd be 2, that'd be 3. So I can do this 3. I'm taking them out in lines, because then I can walk around like this here. I've got a lot here that I can do. Obviously, we've got this now we can take out. So that's allowed us to do that. I don't need this now, and I don't need this. Now, I did make this walkway for them to walk around when I blow up this section here. That. Right up to there. If I do that, then I suppose I could do that right to here if I really wanted to. And then I'd have to go them around this way. But I'm thinking that's better to go down this way than a line, but who knows? It doesn't really make any difference, to be honest. Water is back. Now let's bash them up for 23 hours. Oh, well, in fact, it doesn't... Yeah, I suppose it does. No, we won't back them up for 23 hours, and I'll tell you why. Because of the water. We've got a mine here. We've got to do something with that. Because that'd be quite nice, because then that bad water wouldn't taint our system here. But I suppose it would, in effect, do something. There we go. Now we can do a 2 and check out this as well. Remember, this is all gonna, once this water starts coming back in, which I think it is now, I need to get these going. I've got to get this going as soon as I can, because if I don't get it as soon as I can, then we know we're gonna have some sort of drought, some sort of thing, some sort of everything. These will then start running and we'll start getting water out of this system again. That's fine. Although I must admit, I wasn't planning on that. I miscounted them two. It should be fine because they can walk there and they can walk on there. That's why I don't particularly want... I should go down and get rid of this section out and keep going as a full line, maybe. Now, I don't know whether to keep a full... because obviously they're going up here. Otherwise, once I cut this all out, then I can't really do what I want to do. They should allow this. Now, this should now be running. This isn't running. How much power do I need? I'm supplying a lot more power than I'm currently need. The reason why is because they're asleep on a job. I'm going to now turn this off. I'm going to turn this off. The reason why is because they've got more power. Now, we did start this. This was what I didn't get finished in the last episode. And now I'm going to run this down, and I'm going to run another one of these if I can. Vacatory. A vacatory. Flip. I could change this to be able to be, you know, like I could put some dirt on here and solve this for sure. I said I wanted to increase this as well, and this here as well anyway, but I've not done that as of yet. Now, I know that obviously these are probably going to be... They're going to fill up, but that's fine, because when we get a drought again, I can run this, and I know I've got the bad water to be able. So, I'm not too disinterested with that. I am going to put this back on, and then I've got 2 running to get this back up, because this centrifuge will absolutely cane the amount of... But I've got 64, so that's not too bad. But we are going to need quite a lot of it. There's no 2 ways about that. I do need a lot of this. I'm going to take this down to this level. Now this is the same level as the 2, and we are going to put this over to like that. So we'll get... As I'm increasing, remember, as this is getting bigger and bigger, it's going to hold more water. And that's what we're trying to do here. Once I wouldn't say that I have to have all of this out, because that's quite a lot to get out before I can do what I'm going to do. But as you can see, if I... Well, I can't... I can just select one. Come on. Now I've selected one. If I just open this up, you'll see it now come out. There. I've just closed it quickly, because I don't want to lose all the water out. But you can imagine this is going to run down and then fill all this in. Obviously, all this is going to get absolutely used up. But we'll get that. We'll get that. That's what I say. I wish you could excavate just little bits and then not after that, because you got to do a massive bit here, but you're not actually really doing anything. And then we'll, like I say, I want to use these. Now I've got 44. That's not enough. But I've got this running, and then I'll obviously be getting this running. Now, how much power am I? I'm supplying 3,000, and I'm only needing, you know, not as much as that. Now, also bear in mind that these are absolutely hammering this like there's something, you know, chronic. I've increased the amount of water that I'm producing, or getting, I should say. Producing is the wrong word. So blow up now. That's another section that I can go to. I can do this with Kia as well. I can't get that run. I can get this section out. Can I get there? And I could get there. You know, that's still got a load of water in. I can prepare for this though. I've just realised that I could prepare for the tunnel by tunneling to there, I believe. I don't really need to tunnel. I need to tunnel this there. I will need to tunnel to there, but I think they can get that through there. I'm not going to tunnel this obviously because I'm going to blast that. That gives me the water. Now I could, on excess water, because we are going to have an excess eventually. Remember that, as I said before, when these beavers go to bed, this stops. And then we get this going. The only trouble is at the moment, I don't seem to be... I'm saying that. You know, it would almost be nice to have an extra one of these, going to try and fill it up. I'll put my teeth back in, fill it up as fast as we can, But obviously, I'm taking out more water than is going in. Well, it's not doing too bad. I mean, we are, you know, remember that, like I said, now they're going to sleep. This just carries on filling. But now we've got a drought approaching. And I've not got enough. Unfortunately, I've not got enough of these two. But now the drought's approached. Can't do much here, can I? No, I cannot. Which means all this is running. Which means I've got a ton of beavers. Which means I'll turn this back on. There's no reason why I couldn't get metal on. Let's get metal. I was getting the wrong one. Smelter's gonna need... Oh, it doesn't need thing, but I know it is crappy. Well, it's not too bad. I mean, they obviously do pass through each other. So we get this running as well. I've got enough gears. Gears is not the problem. I've got loads of planks. Scrap metal. Where's all my scrap metal? That's 200. Now I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to turn these on. Well, I probably already have them, to be honest. I need to put these full because they're not getting me scrap metal. I've got enough scrap metal places for these, if you can see. Let's do this. Get these running as well. Now, where have we got our natural walkway to get over to here? Which would be, I reckon, which would be down here. So we can walk over that, which means that's here. We cannot walk over that. So I think that's, no, it's only a 2. So we'll put a 2 block in here. Let's run the path from here and there. I don't need them yet. But what I'm going to do is when I need them, I'm going to, I can run them. So we'll do this same old. But I'll have these on no workplace. Like so. But I'll get them to be built. Well, I suppose it doesn't really matter. They'll build themselves when they want to build themselves. This needs a path from there, and this needs to come right the way down. This needs to come right the way down. This could be built. This can go there. This thing could go there. And that will run through. I could, there, but well, by the time you do it there, I'm sure that's slower than them just walking straight. That way, that means they can walk around here and build this as soon as they want to. Then I've got access to that metal. Now, I don't have access to any other metal that's easy from now on. Or after that. Well, apart from that, I suppose. I could steal all this metal. Yeah, I suppose. Get rid of that as well. That's the only last metal that's going to be easy to take out. Now, there's no reason why, although it doesn't look very good, I cannot build around this mine. Blow this down. In other words, blow another channel. And get the bad water to... Where's the flipping bad water going? It must be going in there somewhere. Oh, it's a drought. In a drought, the bad water doesn't run, does it? No, it does not, Pig. You should know that by now. Not to worry. That needs to be running as well. So we get this running. Scrap metal here is a bit of an issue. I'll put some small storage. Where's the storage go? No, I'll put a medium size. It's a large one. I was going to put a medium, but I think it's because just put something like that will do. Oh, missed it. They built it so fast I couldn't do anything with it. Because we don't have a lot of scrap metal around to do our scrap metal things. They don't tend to get rid of this either. I always thought, like, I suppose when you cancel... Oh, no, I've got to cancel it, have I? Yeah, when you cancel this, they'll take out all of these and put them where else. I've got it on fast. It's not as if I'm not actually doing anything with it. 3,000 in water, so I am building the water up. We went 21 days. Now remember, this is going to be an issue. We know it's going to be an issue because it always is a flipping issue. So I am preventing that issue from happening. Well, in fact, actually, what I'll do is I'll turn off the inside 2 and keep the outside 2 running. That gives me back a couple of beavers. Now, how much power is this chip? Only 45. Well, let's do double them there and let's get them in. Oh, we can 90% of. Well, that's a doer. That'll do. In 21 days, that could give me. No, let's say it takes one of there. That's 21. It doesn't, but it takes only 2 hours. But more is better than less, or some is better than less. We are getting some scrap here, but not a vast amount. That's been built, that's been built, that's been built, that's almost been built. We've still got these to build. They won't get manned with this. And I don't have any storage to hold this either. So it would be quite nice to build some storage to hold the scrap metal. See, the thing is, with the folktails, I would have built zip lines and I would have actually taken that back, you know, or got it, you know. I mean, obviously you can do that with the tubes. The decent thing about the tubes is they could just go through like a line like this and not worry about, because it's in a tube, it can go through bad water. That's, you know, pretty easy to do. Where the zip line obviously wouldn't go through bad water anyway, because, well, it could go through bad water, but that would be a bit of a silly thing to do. This is a 2. We don't need to take that out, so that's good. Good job I didn't blow that, as otherwise we'd have absolutely... Well, we wouldn't have no water, that's fine. These are... This is getting done, although saying that though, it's only going to go so far. I assume what's going to happen is I'll take that out and take that out. This isn't a priority, but as you can see, it's going to do what I want it to do. I'm going to do this. Although saying that though, that's in the way, isn't it? So it'd be better to do this, I think. And send that to there. That way I can still get down, but I'm going to have to take this out and this out. Because that's going to be my underground tunnel. Now remember, we could do this. Is you can have 3 on one side. Imagine you've got this holding this. We can have 3 on one side and 3 on the other. But we're only at 5 anyway. So 3 will be fine. So this should not fall in, basically what I'm trying to imply. I'm not bothered about the water. It can carry on just getting this water. This is what this reservoir, in a sense, is for. Just to keep getting the water. Now, obviously, I'm going to lower this because I'm blowing this up. like we see here. You know, but I'm increasing it as I'm doing it. Right. This would be beneficial just to blow this up here. And then we'll get, because I want it back to this line. I've still got the problem with these being in the way. I could empty these out, I suppose. That might be an idea, but I don't really particularly want to get rid of them because that'll drop us a couple of thousand. I'm going to have to do it. That's obvious. I've got no more dirt because I've used it all. Now I know I can suck this water up and put it in here, but the problem being is this will go as well. So that's why I've got this here. I know I could blast some of this up to increase the area of that, because obviously it would fill up. Which isn't a bad idea. But I know we get into the end of our video. I've got to keep an eye because we did this last time. And apologies for, you're watching all these. And look at the cannoli. It's absolutely getting decimated. It's getting decimated because I've got far too many beavers. I did think, but like I said last time, about doing something. Now we do have here. Where the hell are that? No, but they tend to go for. I was thinking that. Where is? It's a crop, isn't it? I think it's a crop. No, because they go in. We got corn. That's a good one. I assume. Yeah, that's a. This is because we've got them. Cassavas. This requires a building farmhouse. I assume the cassavas need, I would say, some sort of fermenter or something like that. Which we haven't really got a place to put it. Obviously, the power's all here. Although, saying that, though, if we do have it on here, there's no reason why I can't run some power around and power it, or you know what I mean? Say power it on here, just have a power there, and just power it here from this here. I don't particularly want to do beaver power. This is a beaver power. Dead. That's fine. That's well. There we go. Now we are down to. I lost 4 there straight off. That's slightly better. Although it still says I've got more vacancies, but I just cannot. This isn't sustainable enough. The problem being is you get. Where's it? Plant crops. It takes 3 days and you get 2. What you're wanting is something where you get. I mean, obviously that's not too bad in some days. You get 5 days and you only get 1. So that's even worse. I wonder what this. It's not that. There's a thingy somewhere. I know where it is. I know what I'm looking for, but I can never seem to find them here. That's no good. That's no good. That's obviously a centrifuge, and I've got everything. There's no point having the stream. There we go. So the fermenter's quite good, but as we noticed there, the fermenter needs the power. Oil press. The oil press needs power. It takes 1 and produces 1. The hydrogen gun takes 40 water and it will produce 45 mushrooms. So that's not bad. The food will take... Is that the corn? 1 corn, 1 wood, and it will take... I think that's corn. Or is that... No, it looks like corn. Yeah, that's corn. It takes corn, so that's quite good actually. The corn is pretty decent. That's the eggplant. So in a sense, if we could build this, we could get one. We could get one. We could get corn going, and we could get 5 food, or 5 whatever the hell that is, out of that one item. But we only need to give 1 log, which I've got tons of logs. I actually should build up a storage of logs really, because this is not getting cut at all. Which is another bit of bone of contention of mine. I can't do it with this. I can only do it with the large stockpiles. So it would be beneficial to find a place to be able to just waz in more of these. I could... oh no, he's got out now. Forgot about this. We had... I don't know whether it was the last one. We had him... Oh, I don't really care about that. Oh no, they can get it. Let him... Oh no, no room for logs. Let's... Because if I'm going to do something like that, I'm going to need... Why is that? No. I'm going to need a place to be able to store an enormous amount of logs. That's 4. That's... well, just let's not get carried away. No, come on. Let's not get too carried away here. 1, 2, 3, and a booty. Zifara. Let's put some of them. Though we're gonna have to build that. Oh, we don't need that one. Down there, down there, down there. That's a log storage. That's a log storage. That's a log storage. That's a log storage. I didn't build that, so that's now done. I've got the same problem here, but I don't think I can do that. It's a cat. I'm talking out of my bottom again. There. Do that, and do that. This was supposed to be for longs. This has got longs. That's logs again. That's logs again. And that's logs again. Why is that got no... Oh, because it's got no door. That should be fine. We should be here, okay. Let that... Well, once it builds this will go. Yeah, there we go. So I've got now... I've got 4,000. I've only got 1,000 more, but, you know, whatever. That will give me a few more. I could do another one here. What I'm trying to do is build up this storage of logs. Mainly to do with the fact that if we look over here, where the hell am I? There we go. I'll just turn it. This isn't getting cut. It's really just barely turning over. So it makes sense that, because they take an enormous amount of time to get. If I do that, in fact, I can. I don't even need. I need that, but I can do a ladder to there, and there. Well, the ladder just a pass through, and another one. It's going to use me planks, but again, I don't particularly care at this particular this particular time, I don't care. That's going to get me a load of more logs to be able to store. And it's going to get them things cut down. And they're obviously going to redo it again. No. Why is that doing that? I wonder. Which is the one that can't get in? I can't see any of them. I'm missing something. I can't see what. Is it that one? Oh no, it's not that one. I think they can. How's that? Yep, that's it. How's that? That's giving me another. It's gonna be 5,000. I'd added 2,000 worth of logs on, so I've doubled. I'm doubled, but I've added about 75%. Don't do maths in a video, but that's not an exact science, by the way. Right, so we are at an hour again. So I'm just going to come down here. We have getting more. It's just going to take a little time to prepare ourselves and keep going down here. Obviously, I'm getting this done, as you can see. I've done the ground, everything, all the groundwork's there, and I'm increasing the size of the reservoir to be able to do everything. And obviously, at the moment, I'm storing more, trying to store more of everything with the logs, etc. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this, because I certainly love it. Why not come back soon? And if you haven't subscribed, why not be a subscriber and help with the channel, help me, and hope you enjoy it. Take care. We will see you again soon. Bye for now.